What's up everybody, it's Andy here again from Crypto Comparer and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, how we'd say we're going to start this day one $100 to Lambo challenge. If you've not followed any of the other videos so far in the Beaxy exchange series, we have created a playlist here below. So we've done make a video based on how to make $100 a day trading. This is what we're starting to do now, showing you how to open an account, a full review on the Beaxy exchange, and how to make a deposit on Beaxy as well. So you should be at a stage now where, like us, you can start day trading on Beaxy. For those of you who haven't signed up to Beaxy, there is a link in the description below. If you sign up using our link, you get platinum level an account, which gives you 20% discount for your trading fees for the first 2 months, and also gives you a daily withdrawal limit of 200 Bitcoin a day, which is fantastic. As of yesterday, I think just yesterday afternoon, obviously they've turned the functionality on, or maybe this morning now, so obviously you're starting to use Beaxy to cover the cost of your fees, and we'll go through that in a moment. Okay, so yeah, just to recap, Beaxy series, we're going to be doing a day one of a 90-day trading challenge. We'll show you through the fundamentals. Those of you who are interested in, we're doing probably short 5-10 minute videos once a day, just showing our progress, and obviously we'll throw the other videos that we normally do in between as well, based on the dApps and crypto related news. This is aimed at beginners. I welcome criticism if people want to help others in the community and show them other angles to do cryptocurrency day trading. That's fine, we're all in this together. For the purpose of this challenge, we started off with $100. We'll go through it in a moment, and we're literally doing day trading. We're going to be swing trading, we're going to be doing arbitrage trading. Everything we're going to be doing is on the Beaxy exchange, and we're going to plot our progress for the next 90 days. And I will be looking at compound interest in this. I'm not going to be taking any of the money out just yet. I'm going to see how far we get. Now, I've got to be realistic. $100 to Lambo. It may seem like link bait, but if you bear with me a second, we'll go into that in more detail. Now, we all know that the Lamborghini is the cryptocurrency car, because obviously it was the first one that you could buy with Bitcoin. Now, where I live here in the UK, I don't think I get around walking a Lambo, driving around in a Lambo. Never say never, but we'll see how far we get. Now, the $100, if we were to trade that in Bitcoin, because Beaxy is a new exchange, whilst the trades are there in Bitcoin, it would take longer than what I would hope in order to see a decent return on the investment. As this exchange grows bigger, and as they start a marketing campaign, which we're coinciding our challenge to help them obviously market the brand as well, then I can see it's going and getting more daily volume. One of the good things is that I've noticed today is that they look like they're slowly in the process of being listed on CoinMarketCap. No volume yet, but it's good to see it's on there. Hopefully someone at Beaxy can let us know when that will happen. That should open it up to another raft and wave of traders as well. So yeah, okay, so we're on the exchange now. This is basic cryptocurrency day trading. I am putting together a form which allows you to show the compound interest. The rules of this challenge is we start with $100 worth of Bitcoin. It was 0.016, which basically was £100, 100 Great British pounds, which worked out about $116 based on the conversion rate. So yeah, we did have a bit more. That allowed me, so if we look here at the Beaxy to BTC pairing, that allowed me to buy 1,800. Okay, so I bought 1,800 yesterday, and the market started to crash, so I sold 1,000 of them. Well, we'll go into that in more detail and explain what's happening at the moment. So yeah, we're going to start off with $100. We're going to do trades of around 1 to 3% a day. If we can get more than one trade in a day, we will do. We'll try and get 4 or 5 in, cramp them in, just to try and get the compound interest going. If we can't for any reason, obviously we'll explain the reasons why we didn't do a trade that day. Now, because this because Beaxy's still fairly new, and this is why I've got it on the daily chart. It launched basically the 18th of June. You can see the big red wick down where everybody just from initial ICO have obviously sold the coins off. If we see here, we're looking like we're capitulating here. We look like we found a bottom. You can see there's a double bottom there at 426 and 426 Satoshis. It's down here now. For those of you as I'm going along, if you don't understand what I'm saying to do with support and resistance line and stuff, please put that in the comments and we'll highlight that in future videos. Now you can see there's one Bitcoin here, and that's acting as a good strong support level now at 470, which is, we can't really see it on here, but we'll zoom in, which is around about here now. So you can see it's trading quite nice now. Obviously Bollinger Bands are setting up on a daily, but obviously what we can see here is whilst the MACD is coming up, we see the volume. Obviously we are oversold and starting to cross on the daily on the RSI. So you can see here that we've had 3 sell-off days. Hopefully it looks like it may bottom. This is probably just to shake out the last of the sellers, the scaremongers, and then we can start hitting new highs as well. So what I tend to do is I'll have a look at the daily. And the reason I picked Beaxy, like I said at the beginning of it, there isn't much trading volume in BTC to USD. When I've looked at Beaxy to USDC, from an arbitrage point of view, there's not much trade volume in there. Now, I'm looking to make as much money as I can. Now, I see Beaxy as the next Binance, and what I'm going to say here, so if you was to buy in, I don't know, maybe you got a bit more money than I have, say it was $1,000, okay? Now, Binance is currently $27 a coin, okay? Beaxy, 5 cents a coin, okay? So that's what if I'm thinking is this, and like many others, this is going to be as big as Binance. Binance are pulling out the US market. Beaxy are working with the regulators and openly encouraging US traders, which is fantastic. They've got the same transaction speed as the Nasdaq, and they're just going to grow. There's loads and loads of incentives. So if we say I bought 1,800 coins, yeah, and they're worth times, what is it, 0.05. It's like £90, $100, right, okay. That, if they go to say $30, so what we do here is $30, and we shares that by 0.05 cents, that's a 600x. Okay, so if you used to buy £1,000 worth of them now, and we times that by 600, that's Siri going off on my phone, it's a bit annoying. So 1,000 times, oh, come on, times 6, right, basically for those mathematicians, it's £600,000, or $600,000, there you go. So that's, so £1,000 now invested, or it'd be $60,000 if it's $100. So what I am doing is I am going to be buying and selling and compounding Beaxy. I'm not bothered about the BTC value of Beaxy at the moment. All I'll be doing is buying 1,000, selling 1,000, keeping the profit, buying 1,010, selling 1,010, keeping the profit, buying 1,020, and so forth, okay? So what we'll start off doing, and I'll talk you through the trades that we've done here. So I bought 1,800, and if we go to the 12-hour, you can see obviously it's starting to turn and dip on the 12-hour, but there is still quite a lot of volume and quite a lot of volatility. We look at the 4-hour, you can see there, so there's roughly where it's trading in, okay? If for day trading you want to be looking at 15-minute, 5-minute charts, if you happen to catch the wrong end of a trade, which is happening at the moment on here, then you either ride it out and leave it and come back tomorrow, or you can try and get a bit creative like I've done. Sometimes it can go against you. It all depends on where you think the market's going to go. So if we have a look at 5 minutes, so look, go 15 minute actually. So you see here at 9 o'clock my time in the UK, I bought 1800. So we can see, let's have a look. I bought here, basically. I bought at 556. So to start a day one of a trading challenge, trying to teach people how to trade, and I buy right at the top before it turns, right? Okay, literally there, right at 9 o'clock, right? Okay, so from what I could see the volume. I could see it was trading above the volume weighted average, which is the red. I could see whilst it was here, it wasn't really turning, and I didn't know which way it was. I wanted to try and get in to stay on day one of the challenge. I could see that it was starting to get dumped off. Now this is basically market manipulation at the minute. It's not, and you can see it quite transparently because there's not much volume on this exchange as of yet. Now you can either whinge and bitch about it to anybody who listens, or you can try and join them and trade with them and go with the flow and just look at where the support and resistance is. So as I seen it was dropping, what I actually did was I sold 1,000 of them back in at 505. Okay, so I didn't sell all of them, I sold 1,000 of them, right? And that was actually a loss of, let's have a look. That was a loss of 12%. So basically I lost $12, or lost a fraction of, obviously not sold all of them. I lost about $6, basically, a bit over $6 out of the 100. Okay, and the reason being, I thought, right, it's going to continue to drop, it's going to bottom out, okay, and I can buy back in lower and then ride it back up for the profit. Okay, so what I've done here, and ignore that because that's not part of the challenge, but basically I bought in at 489 with some at a loss. I bought in at 489, so basically it was 1,000 that I bought back in at 489, which is about, let's have a look here. Okay, and then you can see that I sold the 1,000 today for 503. So if I bought, so that is the trade that I wanted to do initially. So 489, and I sold at 503, and it's 2.88% trade profit. Right, okay, so that after fees, say easy maths, 2.5%, because it gives you 50% off using Beaxy. And then what that allowed me to then do is keep the Bitcoin. And then what I've done, I was able to buy in 1,025. So with the extra Bitcoin that I made on this profit of this little trade here, I was able to buy 1,025 at 490, which is when I initially bought them, just higher from where I initially bought them from, which is, let's have a look, there. Okay, and then if say I was to sell them at 499 now, there's a 1.8% trade. So what I'm looking at is I'm looking to see if it's worth selling them, if it's going to turn again. So we'd look at the 5 minute. Okay, and what we can see here, we put the support and resistance lines in. If you want videos based on that, we'll explain them. But basically, what happens is this is a resistance line, because what's happened is it's bounced off it come through it here, it broke the support, it come down. We had another run at it, it couldn't hold, it broke down again. It traded in this channel, it had another go to try and get above that. What was support is now resistance, and then it broke back down again. If you see here, we've not gone back up, and the Bollinger Band, top of the Bollinger Band is sitting with the top of the resistance line. So it's not going to go to 5, I don't think it's going to go to 518. You can see someone just recently bought some back in. It may, this is the thing, it could go either way at this moment in time. So I don't want to do what happened on the first, where I buy in wrong here, have to sell at a loss here and try and hope that it comes back. I'm trying to do these 1 or 3% trades a day in order to keep the compound interest, in order to do it. What we're hoping to do is we're trying to get to at least 50,000 Beaxy, maybe more, so we can lock them up for trading fees. Or then what we're going to try and do is, depending on your region, is swap them for the utility or the reward token, the PLS token, and that will then give us a monthly payment based on all the transaction fees. If you use the link in the description below, that does help the channel to grow. Obviously, it is commission based, so we do appreciate it. It does get your channel. It also gives you a discount on the fees as well. And what I'll be doing is any of the money that we make from that as well, then I'll be looking to buy in Beaxy. We'll look at giving away Beaxy in the coming months and weeks of this challenge. Okay, so yeah, so there's my first challenge. So we had the 2.8% to minus fees. We lost some money here and we've come back in here. Just for the easiness, I'll remove some of these coins so we can just keep up to date a bit more based on where the 1800 was initially. But you can see the transparency here. Okay, yeah. So day one didn't go as expected. We managed to recoup some of it. We're still about 9% down on where we're at. At this moment in time, that is acting as a really big support level. If someone goes and takes that away, it could be a fake buy wall. We don't know yet. If we have a look over here, there's no real major selling resistance now. We can see that someone's putting chunks in here, here. You can see now it's been, obviously other trades are coming in. So there we go. So it's tried to turn to 515 and it's hit 6,000. It's gone back down to 510. So it's knowing at this moment it's in the oversold territory, obviously, but the MACD is still showing as a bullish sign. So at this moment in time, I'm gonna sit back and watch. Like I say, we bought 1,025 now at 490. So if we was to sell them now, it's actually a good trade. It'd be like 5%. If we was to sell them at 515, but it's dropped to 510. So it'll be 416. I actually think we're going to have another stab at this level here. There's not much resistance. There's not much resistance here now. So all we need is a couple of buys, and we should break through that, and we'll probably hit resistance here at the 522, which is around there. So yeah, that's my trading for day one. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you've learnt anything new, anything whatsoever, as we always say, please hit the thumbs up, please hit the like button. Also, comment below. Constructive criticism I welcome it. Obviously, this is aimed at beginners. If you are an experienced trader and you've got something to offer other people, then by all means jump on board the comments. Don't slate the video. Let's all help each other to make a bit of money. And let us know your thoughts, your strategies, and even where you guys are tuned in from. Obviously, we're based in the UK here. We're hoping to hit worldwide and educate the uneducated to the power of cryptocurrencies. And finally, if you're new to the channel and you haven't already, please remember to hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell notification that's next to it. And that's, like I say, that's the little blue and the little bell button, which will notify you when we publish future videos, and you can keep up to date with our trading challenge. But until next time, everybody, it's good. Goodbye from me. Bye bye, guys.